Hello, YouTubers. This is Archlord.Asmodeus, and this is going to be a forbidden and limited list discussion for September 2013. So here I have with me is Dan. No, Dan, you're not going to say anything?
Oh, I didn't know you wanted me to. I'm sorry.
Oh. We have Antron.
Hello, y'all.
Restart.
Hi, I might be crying a lot in this video.
Oh yeah, bad list. And we have Imitation Jesus.
Hello!
Okay, so first of all, how do you guys feel about the ban list?
I'm pissed.
Probably
Okay.
the best fan list I've ever seen.
What are you smoking, and can I have some?
I'm okay with the
Please.
ban list also. It makes sense if you think about it.
It makes
I-
sense if you
Playing this game
like.
for 11 years, this is the best list that has ever come out.
Time to abuse Chainbird
No.
tomorrow.
You go ahead.
Go ahead. It's
Chamber-
not roll a decree or something.
It's going to do nothing.
Okay, so
Chainburn was better last format than it is this format. At least last format, everybody was sitting on 12 cards every turn, so Secret Barrel was a legitimate option.
Oh, true story.
now we have Stratos, all for the Baby Dragons, Shockmaster, Card Destruction, Gateway, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Pot of Avarice, Spellbook of Judgment, Super Rejuvenation, Solemn Judgment, and Ultimate Offering as forbidden.
The only reason I can see why they would want to get Stratos banned is because it can search out for Plasma and Scapegoats at 3.
Is Scapegoat did go to 3 in this list, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
They got rid of Stratos because Stratos has been a problem card since the day it came out. It was not intended to come out as it was a Shueisha card, and they were already printing E-Emergency Call. It was giving the deck too much consistency.
So like you'd have like a more than 50% chance of getting opening up with Alias,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, more or less.
And Bubble
And
Man.
then the thing,
that fun
a
stuff.
Hero Lives coming out. With Stratos in the game, they had to hit things like E-Call and a Hero Lives and Malicious. Like, they had to consistently worry, mostly because Stratos was himself so searchable, but then would further go on to search. And then, yet, on top of all that, still be powerful enough to be a 5-turner.
True story.
True.
So
I guess that-
now with Stratos banned, we
No,
don't have the problem of the Harpy Dancer FTK.
Yeah.
So
Well, that was already easy to stop with Birdman at 1. But speaking of which, I think they didn't limit Divine Wind on this list, or at least I believe they didn't on this list.
They did not.
Mm-mm.
They left the Arcanite Magician deck alone
Yeah.
because Stratos got banned.
I also think it may mean that they're gonna import Harpy Dancer. I think that might be their plan.
They might, but it wouldn't make a difference either way.
It's not gonna
They-
change that
Stratos
much.
died for our sins, more or less. His ban brought back Malicious, brought back a Hero Lives, brought back E-Call, and let Divine Wind stay alive,
Yeah.
which made 2 other decks now a thing in the format.
Now Harpies, if they get Harpy Dancer, can be consistent and decent. Because
Lightning Dragon Ruler of Drafts is the only hit to Dragoonity I see on the entire list.
I don't think. No, Tempest Dragonities don't run lightning.
Yeah,
Really?
Dragoonities
those-
weren't that much of a thing ever.
Yeah.
Like
They were like
they
tier
never-
3 a few years ago.
They were good, but
They were
they had
okay, but they never like they were stoppable. Like 'cause-
They won a few locals, but they never really got off.
yeah.
No.
But a
Well,
lot of people are
it's-
complaining about the whole Heavy Storm and then limiting all of the other key trap cards like Compulse and Bottomless and Trenchal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's been long coming.
I don't understand why they.
That's something that's been talked
bottomless
about
one.
2 years now.
Because then, like, think about it. If you put Heavy Storm on Forbidden, you're gonna allow a lot of back row setting.
Yeah.
But now to combat the whole like Heavy Storm or set 5 and then you get Heavy Storm, it's like that's one-sided, or you can just set 5 and they don't draw a Heavy Storm, that's still one-sided. But now there's less trap cards to go around, and you won't get heavy stormed. So you'll probably not set like 4. You'll probably end up setting 2. Because there's not a lot of good trap card options to choose from, and my light's turned off again.
But see, if you're running something like Infernities, now you can set all your bluffs and be like, it's fine. They might land MST 1 or 2 of them, but next turn I can just go off.
You know, nobody got time for that.
Assuming they
I just
haven't
wanted
gone off already.
Doors stayed at 1, and the wind-ups didn't move.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now they can't...
Shockmaster's banned now. Shockmaster and Zen Mighty are banned.
Yeah, the wind-ups are essentially dead.
They're not dead. We don't have to use Shock. I wish the Shockmaster was alive.
Too bad.
I just-
You can't always get what you want.
I just found it really funny that they decided to limit Ptolemy M7. Like,
Yeah.
They did that so that Convocation could go back to 3. Ptolemy M7 was the, as you call him, is the main issue of the Gishki Heretic loop deck. Why Gust Kraken is at 1, nobody on this earth will ever.
oh, I see now. Okay.
Gust
But
Kraken?
still, like,
Wait. Oh.
yeah, because M7 could just bounce it to
They
hand.
hit 2 of the 3 major decks. Like, they hit 2 of the 3 cards that were making decks, I can't remember the word for it. Basically, there was 3 decks in the game that were hanging on because of one retardedly overpowered card. 2 of them are banned, and one of them went to 1. It's Card Destruction, Gateway, and Royal Tribute. Don't know why Royal Tribute would get banned, but I'm so glad to see Card Destruction and Gateway gone. There's no words to describe the joy I feel seeing those gone finally.
The amount
I'm going
the, like the amount
I've never liked
card
card
destruction
destruction.
pushes the game is just too much for, like, I can see that they're really slowing down this game to make it more it's not like, oh, one turn I go and then I have everything set up, you can't stop me.
But see, on the other hand, in the card destruction example, card destruction was mainly a power card in Dark Worlds, and yet they decided to put Soul Drain to 1, which was really
Yeah.
confusing.
Well, think
Because,
about
like,
it.
out of all the graveyard effects, I would say Dark Worlds are the most infamous.
Soldier, let's into 1.
I bet you Abyss 12 is going up in price now.
I guess so, probably. Not by much.
Hmm. Well, it did start increasing up in price before, then it just dropped.
Dweller is also going to be good against Bujins if you can get it to 2300 attack. Unless they already have Crane in hand, then you're screwed.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good against Dolces, which are going to be a thing this format.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
So what about the Infernity problem?
The Infinity problem doesn't exist without Trishula coming back.
No, I mean like just the Infernity going off, setting 3 of their barriers, and then
28% chance.
it's still a thing though.
They
Yeah,
have
like
3
they-
and 4 in a 7-round tournament. The deck is not even worth talking about.
Oh, okay. 28% chance of getting that off, right?
You have to open 4 spells, or you're not going anywhere fast.
Okay. So, what about agents?
They got a 3rd Earth.
Yeah, they got a 3rd Earth.
That was exciting. I lost 2 Birdmen, and you gave me a 3rd Earth. Last time you gave me Sork and Gores. This time you gave me Earth and Ideas.
I still think agents aren't going to be fast enough. I don't know.
You now have 2 TG strikers.
Yes, that is a thing too, because Trish
I don't
didn't come
see
back.
why that isn't unlimited. Like, honestly.
Probably to test the waters, to make sure the deck doesn't get too insane. But
Well, I mean,
it was staying at
Evil Swarm
1
that's
because
still at
Trish
full
came.
power. So,
With agents, now that Earth is back, Earth was a big deal, not only because it was a name for Hyperion and Agent, but its summon created 2 names. Like, it got a second one. It's not getting bottomless. It's only got 1,000 attack, and bottomless is at 1 now. So when you had those hands of like 2 Hyperions, Earth wasn't just 1 name, it was 2, because it could also grab a Venus. And that
Kick it off.
like,
Jupiter.
yeah, running 3 Hyperions required about 6 names to be done consistently. When Earth went to 1, running 3 Hyperions was not an option. It was terrible. And now that I've had 2 Earths for a while, and 3 Hyperions has been okay, mostly because I run like Galos and Cephalon with it, and Cephalon abuses Hyperion pretty badly. But now that I have 3 Earths again, it's no question. It's amazing. I'm very tempted to take a deeper look at the Agent of Creation Saturn now because of the transmodify thing.
So let's
Saturn has freakishly been, this entire time, says if your life points are double your opponent's, you win the duel. And that is something I want to abuse.
So let's move on to any decks that would be like just completely. What deck is going to be at the top of this Forbidden and Limited list?
Prophecies.
Yeah,
Prophecies
Prophecies.
still.
DK.
No, I've faced prophecies with basically this list, and with Bujins, and I basically destroyed them.
I'm not fearing anything with prophecies. I used them up until May when Judgment came out, and they were a high tier 2. If tier 1.75 exists, that's where I would put them. They were a little bit better than the tier 2 decks, but they were losing to Mermails. Mermails were giving them a tough time, and Mermails just got gutted. But the deck ultimately was losing to Macrocosmos and Thunder King Ryo, both of which went to 1 on this list.
Which
And
I still don't
Warrior,
understand.
it's now the best card in the game and is a spellcaster that you're going to be running 3 of in Prophecy. It's going to make the best use of it, the same way it made the best use of Kaiku last format.
Yeah.
They've now been given Judgment Dragon, the 9-star complete fuck you that's also a DMOC for 2 instead of 1. They are getting Blue Eyes White Dragon in a couple weeks added to the deck with the most broken 1-star tuner since Effect Veiler, which is also a spellcaster and might also abuse. Tempest Magician and Starhall is still a very real threat, and the deck's just going to go back to looping Fate every turn using Tower or Eternity. It's just
At least
going to be
it's not as fast as it used to
Yeah,
be.
the whole Judgment +5, and then you just use all your resources just +5 at the very end of the turn, and at the same time you're going to special summon a Jowgen is ridiculous.
Absolutely. I hated that. It took all the fun and skill out of using Prophecy and turned it into a one-trick pony that was very, very consistent at doing its one trick.
But now it's more to the point where you have to
It's
use
control
your
deck.
resources wisely, otherwise you could, let's say you could make the wrong play, and then versus a mirror
Absolutely.
match you wouldn't be as, you
It's
wouldn't
about
have
as
as much
hard as it
advantage.
gets.
Now
If you
there are
have
actually consequences.
if you have a skill meter where to one end is the most skill and to the other is the least, luck would be all the way to the left, and searching would be all the way to the right. The less luck that's involved, the more skill is involved. They're the exact opposite of each other. Prophecy is nothing but searching. It's as skilled as you could possibly get in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there's no luck involved. Every card in your hand is there because you put it there. You either fucked up or you made the right call. There's every effect in the game in the deck.
So what other deck other than spellbooks will be valid in this list?
I'm telling you that Bujins are going to be high tier. I don't know if they're going to be tier 1, but they're going to be very decent, especially against decks that are going to try and use Scapegoat, if only because of Bujin Te Susanoo.
Mm-hmm.
Because Susanoo A can search out a card that will give him piercing damage, and B can attack all of the tokens.
Have you tried Stoic Challenge in Bujins yet?
Stoic
Stoic
Challenge.
Challenge.
Let me bring that up.
No, Stoic Challenge? No, I tried it in Gear Gears.
You use Bujinte Susanoo to add Ibis, and then you play Stoic Challenge on him, and it makes him a 3k piercing Asura Priest that does double the damage to their life points with every attack.
Oh god.
It's a lot better than that Black Garden crap. Boojins are subpar right now. After Shadow Specters, they're going to be right there with Prophecy. They're basically going to replace dragons.
Yeah.
It depends on the TCG exclusives, really.
I mean, Warg was terrible. But if we get a decent one in Shadow Specters, and if we get another Beast Warrior in Legend of the Valiant, which I'm assuming we are.
Yeah,
I swear, there better be some cards that...
Tsume. And we're also getting another Boojin Tay. I believe the
Yeah.
Xyzes are called in English. In Legacy of the
that's what
Valiant,
they're
it's
called.
a
Yeah.
Amaterasu.
Oh, that's exciting.
So why Dulorian at 1?
I honestly have no idea. It was at 2 to stop that Symbols of Heritage shit. And why it's at 1, like, literally, you got me. The only thing I can think of that needs 2 is that, like, Grand Soil OTK that Magician and Shark did, and you can't do that without Magician and Shark anyway.
So then
That's the change on the list that I have no explanation for.
have no well, it's probably like some combo that someone in Konami found or something. And then they're just like, no, this is not going to happen ever.
Mine August is very obvious. That's to
Yeah.
complete kill
FTK.
Gish kill. Yeah,
I'm
I was
completely
practicing
fine
that
with
about an hour ago. I'm very depressed to see
If
that go.
you're-
Now all they
you're
have
going
is
to
the Ogigas OTK.
go-
So
Mhm.
what about zombies? Mizuki's at 2 and Plague Spreader is now at 2.
They're gonna be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you fix the inherent flaw with the deck in that it's still zombies?
Yeah, it's zombies. It'll have slightly more power people are going to try, but we have vampires coming out too, right?
That is a...
How are
No.
vampires doing? I haven't tested them yet.
They were
They're
shit.
subpar.
That was without these 2 extra cards.
I see.
think-
So as of now, I see Plague Spreader coming back. No, actually, never mind. That doesn't make anything more. No, that doesn't make any OTKs possible.
No.
Yes, it does.
Hmm.
Plague Spreader, since the release of Daigusto Phoenix, has turned the Agent of Creation Venus into a 1-card OTK.
Agent of Creation Venus.
Yeah, Plague Spreader doesn't banish himself when you detach him. You just bring out 3 Shine Balls and then Plague Spreader 3 times into 3 Daigusto Phoenixes.
Oh,
That's exciting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I want now.
So I guess
You-
agents do have more
Yeah.
power than I realized.
so
Oh.
And to you viewers out there, go try that out. Have fun.
No. Yeah. Prove Konami wrong.
Done.
So as of right now, the people that probably spend thousands and thousands of money thousands and thousands of dollars on Yu-Gi-Oh cards are probably just I can't do this anymore.
You know, I'm sort of surprised they didn't limit Big Eye. Like, I was expecting that to happen.
Well, they hit all of the baby dragons, so there's no like just big eye wars anymore. The elemental dragons don't have as much rank 7 power as they used to.
We'll see. Prophecies can still abuse them, though.
Big
Mhm.
eyes, you have to get 2 priestesses.
They don't
Not
even
too
run
hard.
priestess. They might start running priestess again.
They're absolutely going to run Priestess again.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason the deck stopped running Priestess was because it was putting Jaugen on the board turn 1 and keeping it there from start to finish. You
Yeah.
could never play Priestess.
But then
But now that they can't special summon Jaugen from the deck, it's like, okay, Priestess.
overlaying
miss you,
2
baby.
priestess is a big thing, though.
Not so much. 2 Priestesses is better than 1 Big Eye.
Yeah, they're not gonna make a big eye with their priestesses. That's the thing. So
The only time I ever ranked 7 in Prophecy was when I Monster Reborned their level 7. What's curious to me is that in this list, we still have 3 Abyss-Deus, or Abyss-Deus, whatever the hell you want to call him. We still have 3 of him and 3 Megalo and Lead, like the rank 7 version of Mermail, and
Yeah.
Big Eye's at 3 for us. But in Japan, Big Eye went to 1, and that's the one that murdered Steus, and made, like, no deck able to use Big Eye except for, like, Machinas. And in Japan, they put Rejuve to 1 instead of banning it, and here it's banned, even though in both, all the babies are gone.
I think Mermails are gonna do really well next format.
mermails.
Yeah.
I
All right, they
With
hit
Red
nothing
Moons
for
and
mermails in this
stuff.
one. That's right.
Deep Sea Diva and Jagoons.
Oh right.
But still, they can still go off
Yeah, they
pretty
still
easily.
like I've been when I've been dueling against mermails, I've only seen like for Dia, and I've seen just basically Goond and Lind. They still have the 3 Abyss Spear, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So I usually don't see them running Diva because mermails are all aqua, and there's not a lot of options for mermails for Diva.
Yeah,
Except for
you
all the
special summon
ants and
marksman. Or
regular
infantry,
Diva
though.
game.
Yeah.
Again, that's another interesting one. Diva is a 1-card Trishula, and Diva's at 3 in the Trishula list, and it's at 1 in the one that doesn't have Trish.
Logic at its finest.
So Rescue Rabbit is limited, so they
Thanks.
prevented the problem of like, okay, let's go over all the decks that they stopped.
Now I can't dead draw rabbit. Sweet.
They stopped was it Lagia and Dolka with the limiting of
Beetle.
Rescue Rabbit. They stopped E-Drags. They stopped what else? They stopped heavy back row setting.
Beetle.
Key Beetle?
Didn't stop heavy back row setting.
Well, they hit all of the like really good back row that's played as a staple that are
Oh, well,
played
in that
as
sense,
staple.
yes.
So they don't have people don't have as much options to set.
I can see
I'm
people running
surprised
like,
nobody's mentioned that for us, Black Whirlwind went to 3, not 2.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Blackwings
Blackwings
did not
for the
get
win.
hit. They just upped. So Blackwings might actually be a thing.
Gale at 1 is now the only Blackwing-related card on the Forbidden and Limited list.
So they hit E-Drags. They hit sort of Spellbooks. Spellbooks are going to be relevant somewhat.
yeah.
SDR still
Aw,
Mermails, they
GG.
hit Mermails. They hit Atlanteans. They hit Gallus OTK. They hit, can you guys help?
No, I like how they kept Bestiary limited in the list that banned heavy.
They
Like-
hit Grave Keepers, they hit Trap Tricks, they hit the Gish Kill deck, they hit the Gishki Heretic deck, they hit whatever the hell.
Barely touched Constellars, because they only run one M7.
Right.
Let's see.
They hit 6 Samurais, they hit Dark Worlds, they hit Wind-Ups, they hit
They hit
E-Dragons.
macro decks.
They took away Pot of Avarice, which makes the Inzector FTK now way harder to do.
So like they just hit any decks that have been played in the last 6 months of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pretty much.
That was 2 decks, so yeah.
Yeah, well, 2 decks
a lot
and
of
all
decks.
the others for like the past like history of Yu-Gi-Oh that have been relevant.
Ultimate Offering going to 0 is a big step in the right direction towards making the Dolces and Gadgets worth dueling against. It's another one of those cards
Yeah.
like Gate where
Like
they
you
just
just
win.
activate it and then you go off.
Yeah.
It's fine,
they
I'm
got
just gonna keep
buttons.
normal summoning my Magellines. No problem.
So as
I'm
of
very-
right now, we have Blackwings and Spellbooks in the relevant pile, like being
Yeah.
actually decent. What else do we have?
Bujin. Definitely Bujin.
Bujin.
I think Constellars are gonna do really well this format.
Yeah, Constellars with the Walking Compulse versus barely any back row.
Yeah.
Without Ranmol going to 2 and Trishula coming back, there is a significantly greater chance that Master Key Beetle and Safe Zone are going to stay on the field together. And
Oh, yeah.
Rescue Act going to 1 will slow that down, thank God, but that is a lot more devastating in the TCG than the OCG now.
We completely forgot about Evil Swarms. What about that?
Yeah,
I
Evil
said
Swarms.
Beetle
Yeah.
times.
Key Beetle lock is strong.
They're gonna be locked. They're gonna be
It's gonna
slowed down a
stronger
bit.
here.
Like Evil Swarms, the only like combos I've seen is go Ophion, set Pandemic, go. And that's basically it.
So you're telling me you've never had someone Key Beetle Safe Zone you then?
No, I've had that happen, but it hasn't been that much of a problem. Like it's not a lot of people have been doing that.
When they use their second material from Key Beetle on Emptiness and then deck you out?
Oh yeah.
That's really mean. But yeah, that will be a problem to some of the decks out there. Cause then Spellbooks still have the
Fate.
they still have the Fate, so you
Eh.
you could still get
Build-
rid of the Key Beetle, get rid of the safe zone.
I'd also like to note that 3-axis is essentially dead over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Konami.
They hit 3
They
axes
did
too.
a half job there.
Yeah.
Like, Spirit to
Well,
1 is so much more
necessarily.
detrimental than Rooster
It's
to 1.
It's not though, because Crane
You have to
Crane.
rely a lot more on
Crane Crane.
rekindling, though.
No, who
No.
cares about Crane Crane?
Crane Crane's so
Just run-
good.
Crane doesn't get you as much, what's the word I'm looking for? Advantage, I suppose.
It's like a tour guide, but from your graveyard.
Yeah.
In a
Yeah.
deck called level 3s.
Yeah, you have to have a deck that's relevant to level 3s to actually use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is relevant to level. Let me...
I mean, you
check.
can't search it out, sadly, because it's a winged beast.
Yeah, that's why it's not as good.
When you're playing Black Wings and you go do your thing, go Black Whirlwind, grab a Kalute, and drop that Kalute later, you can normal summon the Crane, overlay the Kalute that you special summon back, and go into Fortune Tune, and put back another Kalute in your deck so you could use it later.
Let me just check if...
I don't see why anyone cares about that. I'll be honest, I never in my life thought Blackwings were that great. They were okay for a while when they were new, but I don't see them being anything other than the occasional annoyance. Someone might use that stupid trap that lets you use shit from your hand, like Heavy Storm from your hand or whatever, but other than that, I don't really care.
Okay, so Crane actually works really well in 3-axis, because I thought that Force Prince required a level 3 tuner plus... a fire tuner plus fire non-tuners, but it only requires a fire tuner. So, Crane works perfectly.
Or
And
it
you
does.
still have triple rooster.
So, as of now,
No, you
all
can't have triple. You have triple rooster, true, but its effects negated. So
Well, you're not going to special summon Rooster with Crane.
You gotta special summon
Rooster with
Spirit
Horse Prince.
and make Horse Prince.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, see, now
as,
this-
of, as of now, all the your main combos or whatever are harder to use or less consistent. You won't open with the usual same combos you would usually use and do your single play over and over again.
Yeah.
This list killed every FTK. It brought back a deck that had no business being on the list. It slowed every deck the fuck down, and it banned every single win button.
Mm-hmm.
Except
All
for
they,
okay,
needed,
bastard.
all they needed to do was get rid of Exodia, and it would be perfect.
Get rid of it.
Yeah. So now
Like,
I can't
honestly.
Shockmaster Exodia. I can't. I hate this.
I can't shock lock and call spells and be like,
Right?
yeah.
Like
It's-
I would say Exodia is just the same as Infernities. It's they're both not consistent enough to be a problem in a 10-round tournament.
It's a problem to me
Story.
because I don't want to sit in front of you as you keep drawing.
But think about it, you still have 3 Prohibition that you're gonna side in if you do run that in your side deck.
Yeah.
So you could
Right
Prohibition
now-
their like
I don't want to go to game 2. I just want to kill you now and make you scoop.
like after you know they're playing Exodia, like halfway through their deck, you could just forfeit the duel and just side.
Last format, the best spell was Spellbook of Fate.
Then you
Or
got
sorry, Spellbook of
Prohibition.
Judgment.
Yeah,
The
true.
best trap in the game was Spellbook of Fate. It's a quick play, it counts. And the best monster in the game was Kaiku. This format, the best monster in the game is Breaker, the Magical Warrior. The best spell in the game is Spellbook of Fate. And the best trap in the game is probably Vanity's Emptiness.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Okay, so we've reached almost the 30-minute mark. So after this discussion, how do you guys feel about the current Forbidden and Limited list?
I'm still pissed.
I guess I'm okay with it,
0%.
besides Bottomless and Compulse.
Van Row should be...
Banner
I'm
Fine.
Counselor
Yeah.
Pleiades for
Can't-
president.
I mean, come on. Gladiator Beast Bestiari at 1. Still.
I don't
What
care.
happened?
You don't take a person's Shockmaster away from them and expect everything to be all hunky dandy. No.
Like, I'm still perfectly fine with. I like this ban list, or I like this Forbidden and Limited list more than all of the other ones that have been made.
All I need to
Last
do is
trick
figure out
question.
what traps I should be running. Like, honestly.
Last
And I'll
trick
see that
question
as
for
the
you.
format
Okay,
spreads
last
itself out.
one.
Otherwise,
Let's go. Dan?
What's Dueling Network going to do?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Dueling Network is having like a spaz attack right now.
It's like how we separate cards. It's like we should have done this before. Right?
we got lucky, and now our luck is gone. Konami's challenging DN right now.
Because then I remember the older suggestions where they would be like, where people would be like, oh, to fix the OCG/TCG thing, you should separate the card pool to say OCG or TCG. Now they're forced to do it.
Woo!
So thanks for watching, and I'd like to help the website I'm associated with, the organization, Yu-Gi-Oh organization.com. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Thanks. Goodbye.
Bye.